A massive gridlock in the Indo-Pacific has rendered a fleet worth over 500 million United States dollars completely useless. In a high-stakes maritime standoff, the armed forces of the Philippines operate the largest international fleet of 48 S70i Black Hawk utility helicopters. Yet these advanced war machines are effectively grounded, completely vulnerable and exposed to modern threats. The military faces a critical catastrophe where multi-million-dollar gunships sit entirely idle, leaving perimeter defenses defenseless. Leading global defense analysts argue that, on paper, their only tactical salvation would be an unlikely underdog, the lightweight Robinson R44 Raven 2 piston engine helicopter. How could a 550,000 United States dollar training chopper hold the key to unlocking the combat readiness of an entire national air fleet? The root of this crisis lies in brutal defense economics and pilot shortages. Following the implementation of the comprehensive Archipelago defense concept in 2024, Manila committed over 600 million United States dollars to acquire S70i aircraft from PZL Milet to secure critical choke points like the Luzon Strait. However, operating a twin-turbine GET700 engine on the S70i drains up to 3,500 United States dollars per flight hour. Requiring a novice aviator to log 200 foundational flight hours directly on a Black Hawk costs an exorbitant 700,000 United States dollars per pilot, utterly depleting the national defense budget. By contrast, the single-engine Lycoming IO 540 on the R44 Raven 2 operates at a fraction of that cost, requiring less than 300 United States dollars per hour. This massive financial gap allows the Philippine Army Aviation Regiment to generate 10 times more flight hours per dollar, transforming a humble trainer into the ultimate strategic filter for military aviators. Before we go on, do you think lightweight trainers are the smartest way to build a modern air force? Subscribe now to stay ahead on defense strategy, and tell me where you are watching from. Far from being a mere civil aircraft, the Robinson R44 Raven 2 operates as an unyielding flight school in the skies over Luzon. While the heavy S70i Black Hawk utilizes complex automated stabilization to handle its 10,000-kilogram gross weight, the lightweight R44 Raven 2 offers zero margin for pilot error. Weighing just 680 kilograms empty, this platform relies on a two-bladed semi-rigid rotor system driven by a single 245 horsepower Lycoming IO 540 engine. Technical analysis reveals that a two-bladed rotor head is uniquely sensitive to aggressive control inputs. In low-gravity maneuvers, improper stick handling can trigger catastrophic mast bumping, forcing student aviators to master absolute precision, hand-eye coordination, and delicate stick and rudder inputs from their very first hour in the cockpit. Beyond basic flight dynamics, the R44 Raven 2 serves as a high-stress survival simulator for unpredictable tropical weather. Beginning in March 2021, the Army Aviation Regiment of the Philippines integrated cross-country tactical routes from Fort Magsaysay to high-altitude airfields in Baguio. Flying a light aircraft through mountain passes exposes student pilots to severe microbursts and violent wind shear. Navigating these turbulent microclimates in a lightweight frame forces aviators to develop an intuitive feel for aerodynamic limits, a skill that translates directly into handling a massive combat utility helicopter in tropical storms. Furthermore, The aircraft forces pilots to master the most dangerous emergency maneuver in rotary flight, emergency autorotation. Because the R44 Raven 2 utilizes a low inertia rotor system, stored kinetic energy depletes rapidly when engine power fails. In an engine-out scenario, a student pilot has less than 2 seconds to lower the collective control to maintain rotor speed. This relentless drill ingrains split-second reflexes into young aviators, ensuring that when they eventually transition to complex multi-engine combat missions across the Philippine Archipelago, their emergency responses are entirely second nature. The rigorous training built inside the small cockpit of the Robinson R44 Raven 2 yields immediate, tangible results when student aviators step into the multi-engine S70i Black Hawk. Under the standardized flight curriculum of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, a candidate completes 100 to 150 foundational hours on the R44 Raven 2 before transitioning to advanced flight simulators and the heavy glass cockpit of the S70i. Defense data from recent deliveries shows that aviators who complete this pipeline reduce their type rating qualification time on the Black Hawk by 35%. By mastering fundamental airmanship on a responsive piston aircraft, pilots transition seamlessly to managing complex digital flight management systems, multi-engine torque limits, and advanced night vision operations without overwhelming their cognitive capacity. This accelerated training funnel became vital throughout 2025 as the 205th Tactical Helicopter Wing of the Philippine Air Force received continuous batches of S70i aircraft from Poland. With a steady stream of fully qualified pilots emerging from the R44 pipeline, the military achieved 100% operational readiness across its expanded fleet. These newly minted aviators now execute demanding maritime supply missions to remote outposts like Thitu Island in the West Philippine Sea, landing safely on short runways amidst harsh crosswinds that would challenge less experienced crews. Furthermore, this pilot pipeline supports the ongoing tactical transformation of the fleet. The Philippine Defense Department allocated 1.5 billion pesos to upgrade select S70i units, with external stores support system wings, converting standard utility transports into formidable Battle Hawk configurations. These gunships carry 12.7mm heavy machine gun pods, 70mm Hydra rocket launchers, and precision-guided missiles to deliver close air support. Without the cost-effective hours logged on the R44 Raven 2, these advanced multi-million-dollar combat platforms would sit unmanned. The humble training helicopter ensures that every newly delivered armed Black Hawk enters service with a confident, highly skilled flight crew at the controls. The strategic impact of the Robinson R44 Raven 2 extends far beyond flight school airfields, offering a profound lesson in modern defense economics. In an era dominated by hyper-expensive stealth fighters and heavy multi-engine transports, the armed forces of the Philippines have proved that deterrence depends not just on advanced hardware, but on operational sustainability. A $550,000 United States piston engine trainer serves as the force multiplier that activates a $600 million United States fleet of S70i Black Hawk utility helicopters. By systematically training skilled aviators at $250 United States per hour, instead of burning $3,500 United States per hour on heavy turbines, Manila ensures that its multi-billion-dollar air assets remain fully operational rather than grounded by fiscal exhaustion. Looking ahead over the next 3 to 12 months, this low-cost training model will likely expand across the region. As defense planners adapt to the comprehensive archipelago defense concept, the Philippine military is exploring retrofitting light helicopters with forward-looking infrared sensors and night vision goggle compatibility. This upgrade allows platforms like the R44 Raven 2 to double as ultra-low-cost coastal surveillance assets alongside their primary training role. Other Southeast Asian nations facing tight defense budgets are closely watching this framework, realizing that acquiring heavy combat helicopters is meaningless without a sustainable pipeline to generate flight hours. Ultimately, modern warfare reveals a clear strategic truth. Victory and readiness belong not to the nation that buys the most expensive weapons, but to the nation that can afford to keep its pilots in the sky every single day. By leveraging a humble, lightweight trainer to master the skies, the Philippines has transformed a potential budget crisis into a masterclass in military efficiency. Do you believe other developing nations should copy this low-cost training strategy? Or should air forces train student pilots directly on frontline combat helicopters from day one?